Welcome back, everybody, to Admiral Dreadnaughts. I'm Grandpa Gaming, and this is going to be episode 1 of a new campaign. I did get myself a new computer, and I was having a hard time transferring the save files over. And I did get the save files, copy insurance, whatever, but they ended up corrupted. I tried it twice, they corrupted twice, so we're just going to start a fresh campaign on this game. I'm going to start with a United States campaign. And just as an up-to-date for those of you who watch this and the Grand Tactician. The Grand Tactician files are fine. We're going forward with that. I had zero issues transferring that. It was just this game. Which also does have me a little worried about the Rev War campaign running live stream. Hopefully those files I will not have an issue with, but we'll see going forward. As I said, we're going to start a new campaign as United States, starting year 1890. Legendary difficulty. We're going to start with a historical AI opponent for 1890. It only affects the 1890 start year, from what I've seen so far. We're going to create our own fleet and move forward from there. So I'm a little upset that I'm ending the German campaign. I could probably continue. I could continue on my other computer, but I want to start moving everything over to this computer going forward and empty the old one out. So this probably will still take a minute to load in, so I'll be back. Alright, here we are on the campaign map, and it looks like we actually have oil discovered in 3 of our regions already. Starting with the U.S. is a little harder than most people would think, because the economy's pretty anemic right now. We actually start with one of the lower economies. Japan's actually lower than ours. Our growth is at 10%, which is pretty big. I don't think anybody else is growing like that. France is close. Germany's growing faster than us, though. So first thing is going to do, build up the shipyards. I'm going to kick up transport capacity. No, kick up tech. Lower this to hanging steady right now. Gives us $7 million a month to play with. Okay. And we're going to start designing a new fleet. So first off, we're going to start with a battleship using the small battleship. And not really one of the better designs, but it does work for us. We only build these out to 8,500 right now. And we're going to call these the Monroe Doctrine. This hull gets 16.7 best, so we'll give it 16 knots, max range, spacious quarters. I think we got one or two things unlocked already. Yep, compound armor and Citadel 1 is unlocked. So let's throw some towers on you. These towers are actually bigger than the ship. Let's max out that beam. Can't do that, can we? Drop the beam and still make that work. No, I cannot. Alright, what about this tower? Okay, this tower will work. Maybe. This is going to be weird, I think. I think this is going to be weird. That's not going to fit. That's not going to fit. I don't think we can make this work. I really don't think we can make this work. Oh my lord. Yeah. So let's try a different hull design. That was just weird. Let's try something different. So I'm going to go with the coastal defense ship, which I'm not a big fan of. And what do these max at? They max at 8,500. Kind of want to use the other design. But we will be going to war with Spain right off the bat. So I need ships in the water. I really hate that. I can't use the other hull. I really hate that. Can I drop the draft and increase the beam and get 8,500? Take the beam down a little bit. I want to make this work. Alright, that might work. Now we're getting the secondary tower to fit, and I don't think we can. Actually, let's go front tower 1. Come on, you should fit. Come on, you know you want to fit. Why don't you want to fit for me? What is blocking you? Oh, I think it's these, those casemate pieces. Maybe a little further forward. There we go. Maybe a little further back. Okay, I think we can make this work now. Okay. Because we can increase the size of these later. We can increase the size later. Now there's armor and citadel we have unlocked. Okay. Okay, now we're cooking. Get the dual full smalls on there. Oh, what? Those should not be able to mount like that. That shouldn't work, but apparently the game says it's okay. That should not work. But the game says it's fine. Alright, we're just going to give these 9-inch guns for right now. Single barrel. And 6-inch secondaries. Okay. Okay. We're cooking. We're starting to cook. It is weird looking. I'm going to give it that. It is weird looking. Give it some 3-inch casemates. Gonna give it some 2-inch casemates too? Or that took up all the positions. Okay. What about torpedoes? Oh, that's just kind of weird right there. Alright. You got these two spots right next to each other. I think it has to do with the size of the ship not expanding enough. Okay. I mean, it works. I mean, if the game says it works, the game says it works. We still got a few hundred tons to play with here, so we're a 9-inch belt. 3-inch main deck. 3-inch forebelt, that'll put us over weight. Superstructure, let's get that up. Crew protection, no, so let's take that main deck down a little bit. There we go. There we go. Okay, we'll call this one the Monroe Doctrine now. It's a weird looking ship. I'll give it that. It's going to be weird looking. I don't even know how many of these I can build. Well, we're going to take a look. Because our big thing is the war with Spain. We're going to have it no matter what. There's no getting around that. So how many of you can I build? I can build 7 of these right now, so we'll start building 7 of them. And you're... Why can't I multi-select? There we go. And you're all going to go to Miami for right now. And I wanted to build a number of like cruisers to go settle in at my ports. Because we don't have a lot of them and we do need to protect our transportation. So we need... $18 light cruisers. I'm not going to be able to build those. Not yet, at least. And let's get this first turn rolling along. There we go. See what we're looking at financially. We're at negative 9 million. So we're going to take that out of the crew training for now. Let's keep that at 10%. And can I build 3 more of these without going broke? Negative 14 million to build 3 of them. It looks like money's coming out of tech for right now. Bring that down to 60%. This is a negative 1 million a month, which is actually really good. Plus 249,000. Okay, so our economy is going to recover. It's just going to take a long time. Like I said, when you start as the U.S., you do not have a strong economy off the bat. It's very anemic. But you do grow fast. All the sea passages are opening up. So that is going to give us not enough tonnage for any type of landing. Nowhere near enough tonnage. We're at 59,000 with the 7. 3 more coming. We're going to have to build a lot more of these. But that's got to wait until we start making money again. So we keep this episode rolling along. We just got to wait for the war with Spain to start. Alright, it's now May of 1892, and we are at war with Spain. And perfect timing, as I just finished building out the last of the 20 battleships I had ordered. So we're going to immediately send everybody out of port and go sit over here off of Cuba. And we're going to naval invade Cuba right off the bat. Can I move everybody? Oh, I can't. No, it's too many men. I want to do 5,000 at a time. So we'll do groups of 5. Does that give us enough in the water for an invasion? Not yet. We gotta wait another turn. Let's see if we can't get this invasion kicked off and see if we actually don't get ourselves in combat. Now, my technology is falling disastrously behind because I had to play some games with the money as I was going broke building these ships. As you can see here, I'm not really spending a lot of money, but we just had the war budget open up. So that'll help us get the transports up and the tech budget up. Transport's at 95%. We haven't lost anything yet. I just had to take money out of it, so transport ships fleet's not built up the way it should be. There we go. Cuba only needs 29,000 tons. Well, we got that. And we got to go down. Might as well start the invasion of the Bay of Pigs at the same time. They're right on top of each other. Yes, I'll sell you a Monroe Doctrine. They were really crappy battleships, so I don't care about selling them off. But if we got to go down there... We can actually do both invasions at the same time because both ports are on top of each other. And I think I have another turn to start the next one. Let's take a look at that. If I can do both of these invasions at the same time, so much the better. Move on Puerto Rico and then hopefully get a peace deal with the Spanish. You know, keep this war nice and short. Brazil like a Monroe, I'll tell you that. And there we go. 2 invasions at the same time. We got a 100% success chance on this one. 6 more turns. And let's see how long the invasion of Guantanamo is going to take. Alright, that's 2 turns at 100% chance. 5 more for Cuba. Looks like we're going to be going good here, so I'll be back in case we get a naval combat. Their ships are on the way, but Lord knows they'll be here in time. Alright, we do have ourselves a clash of fleets here, with 5 of my battleships going up against a heavy cruiser task force supported by quite a few light cruisers and some torpedo boats. Well, let's see how these Monroe Doctrines do. We have sighted the Spanish fleet and engaged them at a range of around 8 kilometers. Means only my 9s are firing for right now. But once these 6s are firing, that's a nice little broadside we're going to have going. Why are you not firing? Let's drop these guys to full speed for better aim. Hey, you're finally firing good. Now it's actually a matter of can we hit them or not. Things are not looking good on actually getting hits in. Alright, the Madrid, please. And she's come to a dead stop for some reason. Should make it easier to hit her. Elman, focus on the Mercedes. South Dakota, focus on the Virgin. Mississippi, oh, we sang somebody. Focus on the Virgin. Pennsylvania, focus on the Libertad. And that is a coastal defense battleship. She's low on fuel. Makes me wonder what the rest of these look like. Alright, we knocked out the Madrid's engines. Actually, they're not even... I just noticed they're not even firing at us. Not that I can see. This is... okay. We've seen this before. It's kind of like the first battle of every episode, really. I mean, if they're going to let me sink them without them firing back, I mean, I'll take it. Okay, she's getting close. And that's a heavy cruiser. Could have swore when I played as Spain that was a battleship design. There goes the Virgin. Why are their ships not firing? I have no clue. Then again, like I said, it's kind of repeat myself here. I've seen this in earlier battles where it's just like the first battle as happens. So then, fire on Inglis. I don't think I've seen their torpedo boats. Oh, there's one. There goes another light cruiser. Looks like they're finally firing back at us, but too little too late. Then you put your guns on her. Mississippi, same thing. There goes the Augustin. They get. Oh, put your secondaries on her. Put all your guns on that torpedo boat. We don't have stern torpedoes. All your guns on the Trinidad. Yeah, both those torpedo boats are gone. They had 4. I don't know if I think that might have been their last 2. Gotta watch where I right click. It's changing ship course on me. Got fit. There we go. Cook off. Gotta love love watching those turrets fly. Alright, 2 CAs left. Everybody's focused on the Velasco except for the Utah. So there she goes. Maria is not going to be long for this world. There we go. All right. So we lost 169 men. They lost 4,965. We lost 0 ships to their 22. Giving us a war score of 45,461 to their 116. Saying 7 heavy cruisers, 11 light cruisers, and 4 torpedo boats. It's a shame they didn't start fighting back until the end, but hopefully we don't see that again in another fight. Alright, it's now January of 1895, and the Spanish are continuing their war with us. I've been trying to go to peace with them for over a year now, as we have kicked them out of the Caribbean. We now hold Cuba, Guantanamo Bay, and Puerto Rico that we've taken from them. And because of the recalcitrance and going for a peace deal, I've come across taking the Canary Islands, taking Western Sahara, and then now landing in Equatorial Guinea, which we'll have done in 2 more turns. So I'm trying to avoid Europe right now. I don't want, I'm an American of the 1900s. I don't want to be sucked into European problems. So by landing in Africa, we have made that our problem anyway. And if I have to, I'm going to keep my ships sailing into the Philippines and take the Philippines from them. That might take a while. We're going to be out of fuel long before we get there. But our next war might be with China, so would be a good idea to have my ships there, as the Panama Canal is not going to be open for another decade. But it's 1895, so it's time to go into the ship refits. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the Monroe Doctrine. And we can now build these out to their maximum size if we want to, I believe. It's not going to let me increase the size, really? Huh? Why is it not letting me increase displacement? Okay, displacement is locked in apparently. Okay. That sucks. But we do get new 9-inch guns put onto her. 6 inches are still a Mark 1, 3 inches are Mark 1. Why can I not increase her displacement? I should be able to. Alright. See, we locked Steam Expansion 3 engines. We got nickel steel armor now. We do have barbettes. We have anti-torpedo protection. Still working with single hulls. Still have Citadel 1 and standard bulkheads. We do have soft cap shells now. 48 HE, white powder, gun cotton, get us away from that black powder stuff, and 16-inch torpedoes. And we do have Coincidence 1 rangefinders. I'd rather the stereoscopic, but we're still firing at shorter ranges, so Coincidence is fine. And we're going to keep them at the speed they have, as we don't really need to increase that. What I am going to do is increase the armor on this thing. Actually, we're going to take the guns down to 11. Actually, any of my other main guns get upgraded, or is it just the 9s? Just the 9s have upgraded so far, but can I slam a 13 onto here? I can. Can I slam a dual barrel 13 onto here? Actually, when these upgrade, I don't think they'll fit anymore. I'll probably have to end up downgrading, but that just really raised my weight. And they do not have a good firing arc. They have a horrible firing arc, actually. The 6-inchers can cover down on that. That's a really bad firing arc. Those rear guns cannot fire for the most part. Unless I remove this 6, and I don't want to do that. We could try it out. I don't see why we can't. What's penetration on these things? 1,000 meters is 13.5 inches, which, yeah. But we're going to go for max range penetration, so I can just safely take that down to 6. Take this down to 6. Take the casemates down to 2. Not saving us a lot of weight. Can increase the beam, which did increase our displacement a little bit. I want to put these 13s on here. If I go down to singles. Still a little overweight. We gotta take that back down again. Actually, I think we're cooking with some gas now. Just a little overweight. Take those 3-inch casemates down to 1 inch. 6-inchers, let's go to 2. Just a tiny bit overweight now. So let's drop the main belt. There we go. Taking a point of 1 inch off the main belt got us where we want to be. Thought we'd be able to increase the displacement, but apparently not. If we couldn't increase the displacement, we could have just really done a lot with this ship. Because I really wanted to get the displacement up, rip it apart completely, and redesign this thing. But 3-month refit, that's not bad. We got 13-inch guns on her now, even though they're Mark 1s. We got better boilers, and yeah, I think that's all we can do for her. Alright, we're now going to design ourselves a new battleship. We do have Battleship 1 hull unlocked. And I was thinking about continuing to use the small battleship hull, but it maxes at 10,700 tons. This one goes up to 16. So we're going to call this the George Washington. And what speed do you get? 18 knots. Max out that range, max out those quarters. Alright, let's give you the expansion engines. Steel. Give her the goodies before we start building on her. And here's my cage masts. I love these cage masts. They are so American looking. I don't think I'll be able to get 2 of these in here, will I? No. That's only 42% engine efficiency. That's horrid. Come on, you know you want to fit. This way. Come on. Just a little shy on the space to get another one in there. That's fine. Main guns. I'm going to give her the 13s also. Dual barrel. Like they're barely going to fit on this hull design. Give that rear one a better firing arc. Secondary guns. I don't think we're going to be able to put much on here. Definitely not getting 7s on there. Drop some 2s up top. And come out some 5s on. This is something I usually never do, but I'm going to put 5s on top of these 13s, and yeah, I'm not going to be the guy who's manning the damn thing, so I'm just designing it. Put some 6-inch casemates on. And torpedoes. We do have a broadside. Give her a chase torpedo and a stern. I usually don't ever use a stern, but I find myself wanting it sometimes. Throw the bark bed on there. $15,195 16. Okay. Okay. So, can't get any more range out of you. Just gonna up the armor now. 9-inch main belt. 3-inch deck. 1-inch inner deck. 3-inch forebelt. 3-inch aft. Too much weight. Let's take it off that forebelt. There we go, 15,995 of 16,000. And she's not. I really don't like this hull. I really don't. But we'll see how she does. Alright, we're now going to create ourselves a new heavy cruiser. I already started tooling around with it a little bit because I just forgot to hit the record, but I'm actually sitting here chatting away and not recording. So capability is out to a displacement of 4,500 tons, a speed of 18 knots. Got a range of 5,200 kilometers, spacious quarters. Give her the engine and start getting all the goodies in before anything else. We're not going to have a lot of weight to play with on this. Basically, with the hull design, it's, it looks like a miniature battleship is what it looks like. It's like we're only getting one funnel in this thing. Only the small funnels are going to fit. Oh my good God, this thing's going to be horrid. And that brought it up to a range of 6,600 kilometers. She can get up to 20 knots. I gave her 18 just to go the same speed as the battleships. Oh, this is horrible. Maybe we can get 11 inches on her, so we'll get the 11s on if we can. I doubt they're going to fit. When it comes time to refitting this ship, they're probably not going to fit on there anymore. But we'll see. Can't put the 5s. Can't do a mounting on top of that like we did with the other one, sadly. Put some 4-inch casemates on her. Get some 2s. Get a pair of 2s up top. Torpedo launchers. Yeah, we're very quickly getting the weight here. Only 15 tons over. That's actually really good. That is really good. But the armor on these guns, 15 inches. That's ridiculous. At 1,000 meters, it penetrates 8.6. So we'll knock that down to 9 inches. There we go. Alright, not much we can do here. Pitch and roll is going to be horrible. Give her 1-inch main deck. Now let's get that belt armor up to 3 at least. Nope. Let's get that to 2.5 and get the superstructure armor up a little bit. And I think that's all we can do to her. I mean, I could reduce the 11s down, but I think I want to keep her at the 11s for right now. Yeah, we're a little behind in tech because I did have to strip money out, but that is what it is. So I'm not going to pick a name for this class. I'm just letting the computer name it. It's just a reminder, if you are a channel member, you can pick out a class name for ships if you do so choose. And I'll take them first come, first serve. If you are a channel viewer and you'd just like a ship named for you, just let me know in the comments below. Alright, we're now going to do ourselves a light cruiser. And we do have the semi-armored cruiser hulls unlocked. I really just don't like those things. So we're going to use the light cruiser 1 hull, because we can only build them out to 3,500. That's what this ship max is at, so I'm fine with that. We could go with the gunboat. Or the 3. If we were playing as Spain, I'd definitely go for that and kind of make it like I did last time. Make it look like an old Spanish galleon. So Columbia is fine for this class. We'll give them a speed of 20 knots even, so they can do some chasing down if necessary. And you are going to get mines, because this is also the first class I'm going to build to go defend my ports. So I'm going to be building a ton of these to start defending my ports. Six, 110%, that's fine. Main guns. Can't get the 7s on there. If I changed the beam, I probably could. Can't get the 6 on there, really. Okay. Got the 5s. On that, that's because of the smokestack. There we go. Wow, that really changed my ship's balance, but let's finish putting the guns on. 5's not going to sit there. And 5's not going to sit up there either, really. I can get one in the center, but not on the edges. Let's increase the beam. I want to get 5's on there. Still no. Really. There we go. Play around with it just a little bit. I get one in here. No, I cannot. Good arc of fire, good arc of fire. Gonna have to strip armor off of this thing to keep the 5s. I may have to drop them down to 4s. $2,209 casemates. Can I get the 3s on here? And what about 2s? Any on there? No. Okay, 3,300 to 3,500. Okay. 9,200 kilometer range. That's actually really good. This is one of those ships that you do not want to serve on, to be honest. Actually, 2.1 inches is the biggest we can make the belt, really. Not the greatest design in the world at all. But then again, early on, you're really limited in what you can do. No, it's too much, huh? 3,499 to 3,500. I think that's the best we're going to get out of this. But she is pretty heavily armed. This is not a ship you don't want to get near this thing. I can tell you that much. Because that's a 5-gun broadside, 2 chase and 4 aft. So this is not a ship you really want to come in close contact with. Alright, it's now September of 1895, and we finally have our second meeting engagement of this war. And it's the battleships Iowa, Connecticut, California, Kansas, and Maryland going up against a heavy cruiser, light cruiser task force here. And we're out of fuel. So my ship sailed across the Atlantic to take the Isles, then take Equatorial Guinea, and now we've actually been transiting towards the Philippines. So just before we hit the Horn of Africa, we ran out of fuel. So probably not going to go too well for us, but we'll see. All right, we've engaged the Spanish at a range of around 8 knots or so. And we're only moving at about 10 knots of speed. As like I said, we are out of fuel. So just trying to get to the Philippines is going to be like the voyage from hell. Probably slower than if we'd done it with a sail-rigged ships we got coming at us here. Not even in range of us. About to come into range. Now, all these ships do have cadets because they have not fought. We haven't had. This is only our second engagement of this war. I have a feeling this fight's going to take a while. Now, we are out of fuel, so that should help our aim a little bit. And we're moving so slow. Alright, let's get a little closer, see if we can actually get some hits. The torpedoes probably have about the same range as ours. Yeah, 0.9. Everybody focus on one ship at a time here. Yeah, we're even going to have enough ammo to sink any of these guys. Oh, good God. Come on, boys, hit something. You know you can. I have faith in you. There we go. Are they actually sailing away from us? I think they might be. Or they're trying to. And I think once we put down these three, the rest might just get away. These three have flooding, so they're not getting away from us. The rest are going to. There's a volcano. And they're already asking for the end battle. I want to get at least these two put down. Oop, flash fire. Goodbye, Cristobal. Do I let the rest of them get away? Yeah, we'll let it go. We're never going to catch up at our speed. Alright, we lost 15 men. They lost 715, and we only got 2 of their ships, giving us another 4,986 points to their 6. Suck the San Cristobal, Cristobal Colon, and the Volcano. Alright, looks like we've met up with that same fleet again, this time with the Monroe Doctrine, the Oregon, New Jersey, Michigan, and Minnesota. So, they're just down by 2 ships, and that's it. Hopefully they'll fight us this time, but I'm kind of doubtful. Alright, once again, we've engaged the Spanish at a range of around 7 kilometers. I'm going to see if we spotted at least that one ship we already have damaged. It doesn't look like they want to come near us, though. It looks like they're trying to decide what to do. Even at times 5, this is moving slow because of our ship's speed. Oh. It looks like this one's come. No, they're maneuvering around. There's a good hit. The control tower. Yeah, I don't think they want to engage us. Well, I don't want this happening every turn on our way to the Philippines. We're going to keep running into them. We got to do something about that. There we go. Now they're coming into a line. What are you doing? We actually even hit anything yet? Besides that one. There we go. There's a few shots landing. There's the Pele, which we got damaged in the last fight. Look at that beautiful line of cage masts. Yeah, this looks like another fight where they're just going to run away from us. We may not even sink one this time. I think the only way we'll get a battle victory is if they come into a battle low fuel like us. They max out at around 15 knots, so they would actually move slower than us at low fuel. Yeah. Computer wants to end the fight. See if we can't get at least one of these, but I'm not going to hold you here for this really, really long chase. Alright, I forgot to hit record, but the Spanish fleet did turn around to fight us, and we've already sunk a few of their ships. It's still taking a while, but we are slowly wearing them out. I guess the AI decided it was not getting away and decided to turn back into us. So, slowly wearing them down now. There we go. Good hit, Monroe. With the Castilla. We're going to get San Lucia. Minnesota. Finish off the satellite. Oop, flash fire on the Novice, and there she goes. And that heavy cruiser just crashed into it. Oh, God. I think their sailors in her full-blown panic. Like I said, I wasn't too crazy about these ships when I designed them, but the amount of firepower they have is really telling. Especially these upgraded 9s, but now they got 13s on the refits. When they go in for the refit, they're not going to be as good, I don't think. All your guns on the Castilla, please. Oregon, everything on the Pile. Soda, everything on the Asturias. Michigan on the Regente. New Jersey on the Caledon. Actually, Caledon's got me a little worried the way she's coming in. So we don't have stern torpedoes. She's going to pass by our stern. She's firing at the Monroe and not the New Jersey, which is right in front of her. Oh, beautiful hit. Oh, there goes Castilla flashing off. And Monroe, switch over to Pile. Oregon, you switch over to Asturias. Pile's flooding, but it's a matter of will she keep flooding. Yep, there she goes. Now let's finish off these last 3 heavy cruisers. Ooh, she just took a torpedo broadside. There's a Regente. And that torpedo blew before it hit anything. Ooh, Astorius is getting hammered. And the Astorius just surrendered. High casualties. Just got to finish off the Celadon now. The skipper's down. She's got some fire and flood, but not much. There we go. Some more flooding on the central compartment. That's what I want to see. Now our engines are down. Goodbye, Celadon. Oh, there's one less fleet for us to worry about now. We lost 136 men. They lost 3,004 and 11 ships, giving us an additional 36,596 points to their 109. We lost 4 heavy cruisers and 7 lights. Alright, it's now February of 1898, and our war is still dragging on with the Spanish. They just refuse to give up. I guess since the last game update, you just can't beat some of these nations down like you used to. I wasn't even planning on beating the Spanish down like this. I had no intentions of this. I just wanted the Caribbean. And they've refused all peace negotiations so far, so we actually now control all of their Pacific holdings too, except for the Caroline Islands, which I'll hold next turn. And all they have left is the mainland, and that's it. But, finally, I've had the George Washington Battle Group out at sea for almost a year, just trying to catch some of these Spanish fleets in a fight, and we finally caught at least a heavy cruiser and 2 light cruisers, so we get to see how the new George Washington and Columbia's and Northamptons get to fight. So we've engaged the Spanish at a range of around 12.5 kilometers. And they are sailing away from us. Yeah, because they can't even see us. They are sailing away. Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to take me a little bit to catch up to these guys, even moving at flank speed. Actually, what I should do is just break the lights off and send them ahead. Actually, that is exactly what I'm going to do. Because they're sailing away, right? Yeah. So I'm going to break the battle formation and get my lights chasing after them with their 20 knots of speed. See if we can't get some flood shots on them. Yeah, sail directly at the smoke. It might take a minute, so I'll come back in once we catch up. Alright, really didn't take us too long to catch up to them. CLs did manage to get out ahead with their 20 knots of speed, which allowed us to re-sight on the enemy ships, thankfully. So we're just trying to close it. Ooh. Honolulu, you did not take that hit well. Yeah, you just get out of here. At least my light's doing a little better than that, but these things have like no armor on them. I couldn't even get 3 inches of armor onto their belt. And we still have that very short torpedo range, so I don't want to run these things in like I do with my torpedo boats normally. Shells going ahead, overhead sound like a railroad gun. But we are doing damage to the Gorio. I don't know who's getting the hits, though. Portsmouth, focus on the Castilla. Columbia, focus on the Ulloa. George Washington, stay focused on her. Yeah, I want all my heavy guns on those heavy cruisers. Got a good hit on the Castilla. There she goes. Low is now flooding. Yep, keep your fire on the light cruiser, please. There we go. 5 inches are ripping right through her. Why is the aim on my 13s so low? They do have the coincidence finder, so they should have some better aim. I think it's my 5s that are doing the most damage. Yeah, they are. 5s have done over 6,000 points of damage. Taken 3 hits this entire fight. Oh Lord, that's it. Alright, it's another heavy cruiser, 2 lights down into the drink. We lost 14 men, they lost 756, giving us another 8,057 points to their 5. But the Spanish did get a run-up in score, as I did lose one of the Monroes to an auto-resolve fight. It was just one light cruiser and like 3 torpedo boats. I'm like, I'll auto-resolve this. Yeah, I knew I should have taken control of that one. So I do have another one being constructed to replace the loss. As I said, we now control the Philippines, Guam, Northern Marianas. We're now taking over the Caroline Islands. That's one more turn away. Hopefully they'll go for a peace deal after this, because I'm not going after the Spanish anymore after this. All they'll have left after that is Mallorca and mainland Spain. Honestly, they should have collapsed already. Spain should have just straight up collapsed already. So once we take this, I'm just going to push hard for a peace deal, and hopefully they'll take it, because we're at 176,000 points. It's not a very high war score, but for this point of the game, it is. Some of these ships are very high value. Up to 10,311, because they did get over 9,000 points from sinking the one battleship. But we'll see what happens. And we finally have peace with the Spanish state. Oh, good God. I was just getting ready to... I was waiting for my battleships to repair in the Philippines. Now I've actually got them all into port to refit. And send them back to the Mediterranean, which would have taken a while, but the Spanish have finally gone to a peace. Thankfully, my ships weren't in transit already. I would have been really annoyed, as it looks like we will be going to war with the Chinese. Alright, so there's no territory for me to take because the only thing they have left is their own mainland territories. So I'm not going to touch any of their ships. I'm not going to take that away from them. So I'll take the 1.2 million or the 1.2 billion that we can grab from them. And that's it. Because there was nothing left for us to take at all. There was nothing. Besides me having to come all the way back to the Mediterranean to take care of this. But, yeah, we've grown a little faster than I expected to be honest. A lot faster than I expected to. Now it's time to get everybody back into port. Are you still transiting, or... You should have gone to port at Charleston. I don't know why you didn't move in there. It happens sometimes. Get North Atlantic Fleet back into New York. And I did start creating light cruisers to cover down on all of our various ports to start protect our shipping. Why are you not going? I've got Miami clicked, but you're not showing up on... There we go. So I built 10 light cruisers because, I mean, it's already 1898. We're going to be going into another refit fairly soon. Three more months on the new Monroe Doctrine. So right now, all my battleships outside the George Washington Strike Group are in the Philippines, which is a good place for us to be. Because actually, we're either going to war with China or the Italian Empire. Or what they call the Italian Empire. But improved relations with the Chinese, so maybe the Italians will be next. You know, I wouldn't mind turning Sardinia and Sicily into the first U.S. states in Europe. I don't think I'd mind that at all. But I just don't want to get into I don't want to get into this bare knuckle throwdown where I basically destroy the nation before it's even said. Thankfully, Spain didn't collapse like it usually does. It should have fully collapsed from this fighting, but it did not. Thankfully. Because map gets weird when Spain disappears too early. So it should have collapsed. It didn't. I guess the devs nerfed that collapse. But, yeah, I'm going to keep this going just a little bit longer. I at least want to get my ships into port, get them refit. I may run us up to 1900 because we're so close. And open up the next episode to refits. We'll see what happens. Alright, it's now January of 1900. So this will be where we end the episode. So we got a lot more done than I ever expected to. Taking the Philippines, I mean, just kicking the Spanish out of all their holdings completely, except for mainland Europe. Actually, I might think I might turn that into the theme of this campaign, is just ending all the colonies and turning them into mine and restricting everybody to their mainland holdings. I think that might be the way to go with this campaign. But, yeah, so we do have one small conflict going on. We are now invading the Western Gilbert. So the new Monroe Doctrine, which was on its way out to the Philippines to join the rest of them, is taking a little side trip to take down this port. You only need 757 tons, and one of these is, this is 9,000 tons. So it may get the job done, it may not. But it should be more than enough tonnage just for this. So, yeah, we're going to end this one here. We'll open up the next episode with the 1900 refits. So, once again, if you're a new viewer, return viewer, you're not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon so the next video comes out. If you're following along in all separate series, don't forget to drop an AP shell into that like button, HE shell into that comment section. Once again, I do apologize for the discontinuation of the German campaign, as the save files I just could not bring over to this computer. So, this will be it going forward. I'm going to have to figure out what our next live stream campaign is, as the same can be said for the French campaign save files, and that one was going pretty well too. So, I'll see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.